We'll start in a seated position, rolling the shoulders back and down, sitting up nice and tall, bringing hands in prayer, having gratitude for our practice today. Closing your eyes, begin to take a few rounds of breath, finding a steady rhythm. Inner body bright with breath, outer body soft. Maybe taking a few more shoulder rolls as you breathe. And with hands in prayer, setting an intention for your practice today. Breathing deeply in a 3-part breath by expanding your low belly wide, drawing that air up into the rib cage and then your upper chest. And exhale softly, let it go from the upper chest to the ribs, down into the low belly, rolling into a seated cat, and then a seated cow. And back and forth like that with your breath. Inhale, seated cow, reaching the heart forward. And exhale, rounding. Coming back to a neutral spine. And gently blink the eyes open. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, side body stretch. Really rolling your heart open towards the sky. Inhale, come back to center, create lots of length, and exhale, other side. Exhaling fully, and inhale, coming back to center. Moving from side to side with your breath. Keeping the arm in line with the ear. And then coming forward, walking the hands out in front of you. Inhale, sitting back up. We'll scoop the legs underneath us and come to tabletop pose. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Back and forth with your breath, creating these waves within the spine. Inhale to cow, slide the heart forward. Exhale to cat, rounding. Exhale, coming to child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Begin to pedal your heels, opening hamstrings. Bringing the pedaling to stillness. Just take a slight bend in your knees, reach your sits bones towards the sky. Inhale, right leg lifts. Maybe bend the knee, open the hip. Maybe create some circles with the right knee. And other side, inhale, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Maybe create circles and take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank, untuck the toes, bring it into upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank and lower to the mat. Keep shoulder heads lifted. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose, and breathe. Inhale, virasana. Lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees, slide the heart forward, and exhale, child's pose. Inhale, virasana, shoulders over hips. Press the fingertips down into the mat, lift the heart. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees down, slide the heart forward. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, virasana, lift your heart, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. And breathe. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it to the top of your mat for a lunge, bringing your right hand behind the right knee. Make sure your knee stays in line with your ankle. Reaching the front knee forward as the back heel moves back. Exhale, straighten the front leg, pyramid pose. Tacking that outer right hip back, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the front knee. Coming back to lunge and rise up, crescent pose. Pull the low ribs in, slide the shoulder blades down the back. Hold in strong in the core. We'll take a slight back bend, reaching the front arm back. And exhale, windmill the hands forward, step back, three-legged dog. Other side, inhale, left leg lifts. Step it forward for lunge. Feeling this balanced action, maybe rocking back and forth. Getting a nice stretch in that hip flexor. And exhale, extend the front leg, pyramid pose. Tacking the outer left hip back now. Nice long flat back, and exhale, rounded bow. Inhale to crescent, rise up when you're ready, working on foundation from the ground up. Take a deep breath in, rooting down through your feet, lengthening up through your hands. And exhale, twist. Slight back bend, and windmill the hands down. Step back, three-legged dog. Inhale to plank, exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. You can pass through tabletop or child's pose. And breathe. Inhale, step the left foot forward, and we'll take a quarter turn facing the long edge of the mat, coming into some hip sways. Inhale, come to center for a shoulder stretch, interlacing the hands behind the back. Really reach the shoulders towards the sky as you melt your crown down towards the mat. Take it into a twist. Make sure to level the sacrum. Pretend like you're balancing a block on your low back, and when you're ready, take it over to the other side. Square the hips. Inhale back to center, bend the knees, gently rocking from side to side, taking it into a side lunge, maybe hands in prayer for balance. Toes dial up, 12 o'clock. Coming back to center for a tripod headstand, hands in line with feet. Hug the elbows in tight. When you're ready, hook the tailbone, lift the pit of the abdomen, and feel your feet begin to hover off the mat. Coming into this inversion, breathe deeply, and when you're ready, lower down with control. Maybe shake it out. Inhale, walk the hands back towards the front foot for low lunge. Low lunge twist, lowering the back knee, maybe reaching for the back foot for a quad stretch. Unwind and walk the hands around for Wild Thing variation. Exhale, walk the hands back to frame the front foot for half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, low lunge. Reach both arms overhead. And exhale, maybe bring it into a shoulder opener and open the heart. And then step the front foot back to downward facing dog. We'll step the right foot forward for our low lunge, lowering the back knee and taking that twist. Maybe reaching back for the back foot. You can always use a strap here. Exhale, walk the hands around to the long edge of the mat, opening the heart, coming into Wild Thing variation. And walking it back to frame the front foot for half split. Come back to low lunge and step the front foot back to three-legged dog. Coming into Wild Thing. Come back to downward facing dog, step it over to the other side, side plank, and stepping that top foot back, reaching the front arm overhead. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower to the mat. Lift the shoulder heads and inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe pedal the heels a little bit more. And then take it into a side plank. Maybe lifting the top leg for more challenge. Keep lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Come back to plank and then downward facing dog. Maybe lower the knees for child's pose. Take a few deep breaths into the back of your lungs, expanding the rib cage wide, drawing that air up into your upper chest. When you're ready, we'll take it over to the other side. Coming into side plank, keep lifting your hips up high. Maybe lift the top leg. Come back to plank, exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. Lower the knees down. Slide the fingertips up, Hands overhead, hands in prayer to heart center. Take a few rounds of breath. Maybe close your eyes. Come back to your intention. When you're ready, walk the hands forward and then send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Lower knees back down, and we'll take our forearms to the mat and then step the right foot back and then the left for forearm plank. Take the right foot out to the side as if you're just sliding a blanket across the floor. Building glute strength. When you're ready, take it over to the other side. Lower the knees, thighs, belly, coming into Sphinx pose. Feet can come out a little bit wider towards the corners of the mat. Inhale, hook tailbone into strong legs, lift up through the spine, the crown, and exhale, expand through the heart. When you're ready, come back to downward facing dog. Bottom of the next exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, upward salute, arms overhead. Exhale, hands in prayer, home to heart center. We begin again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale for chair pose, Utkatasana. Dip the hips back, lift the arms overhead, nice strong core. Sweep the arms back behind you. Come onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels, balancing chair. Don't forget to breathe here. Maybe locking your eyes onto a drishti. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands in prayer. We begin again. Inhale, balancing chair. Sweep the arms back behind you. Gazes slightly forward and down. Keep breathing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands in prayer. One more time. Inhale, balancing chair. Staying on your tippy toes. Inhale, extend the legs long. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, lower the heels down. Hands in prayer. Inhale for chair. Exhale, chair twist. Bringing the left elbow outside the right knee. Maybe opening the arms to deepen the twist. Exhale, come back to center, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands in prayer for a chair twist. Taking the right elbow outside the left knee. And then opening your wings to deepen the twist. Exhale, unwind, forward fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, arms up for upward salute. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, fold forward, lead with your heart, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, nice long spine. Exhale, step back to plank and lower to the mat. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Walking the hands over to the right for a side body stretch. Take a few rounds of breath, breathing into the ribs of the left side. When you're ready, walk it over to the other side of the mat. Breathing deeply into that side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it to the top of the mat. And inhale for crescent. Exhale, we'll take a twist. Left palm forward, right palm back. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the front leg. Exhale, extended triangle, reaching the front arm forward and tick-tocking the arms into a vertical line. Think of rolling the bottom rib cage forward as the top rib cage rolls back. When you're ready, unwind, facing forward, and lower down into full Hanuman splits. When you're ready, take a quarter turn to face the long edge of your mat for head to knee pose. Inhale, come up for a twist. Exhale back to center, readjust, and then turn your torso to face that extended leg. Coming into Janu Shirsasana, head to knee pose. Then scoop the legs underneath and come back to downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it to the top of the mat for crescent. Take a few rounds of breath. And exhale, taking it into a twist, right palm forward, left palm back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, open into warrior two. Flip the front palm for reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, side angle. Front arm comes down to the front thigh, back arm alongside the ear. Nice vertical line, hand to foot. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the front leg. Exhale, taking it into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Exhale, unwind, and lower down to the full splits, Hanumanasana. Using any props as needed to support you in any pose. When you're ready, turning to face the long edge of your mat, taking it into our head to knee pose, side body stretch. Turn to face the extended leg and fold forward. Feel free to use a strap here as needed, or if feeling extra flexible, taking a block outside the foot. Inhale, come up, straighten both legs out, long. And we'll grab a blanket and have a seat. If you find that you're rounding here in your spine, scooch your pelvis to the edge of the blanket. Feel a tilt as that lengthens your spine. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward for Paschimottanasana. Again, using a strap here as needed, or grabbing the shins, ankles, outer edges of the feet. Inhale, roll up, one vertebra at a time. And bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Really roll the shoulders back as you slide the heart forward. And if it feels okay in your hip flexors, to fold forward. Come back to the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, come back to a seated position. And we'll move the blanket out of our way and then lay down, hugging the knees into the chest. Maybe rocking side to side. Lowering the feet down as wide as the mat, and then windshield wipering the knees from side to side. Bringing the knees to stillness, we'll take this into a figure 4, crossing the right ankle over the left knee, keeping the feet flexed to protect the knees. And then lifting that left foot off the mat and hugging it in closer towards the body. Getting a nice stretch to the external rotator in the right hip. When you're ready, switch sides. Notice if your chin is jolting up towards the ceiling. Try to lengthen the back of your neck and gently tuck the chin in towards the chest. When you're ready, release. And bring the soles of the feet together for Supta Butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Right hand on your low belly, left hand on your heart. Working with a 3-part breath. Expand the low belly wide with an inhale. Draw the air up into the ribs, and then your upper chest. Feel the heart lift. And exhale, release in reverse from the upper chest to the ribs, down into the low belly. Gently draw navel to spine, helping to push all the air out. Just take a few rounds like that. Deep belly breaths. After a few rounds of breath, bring the knees back together and walk the heels in towards your sits bones for bridge. When you're ready, press down through the heels, lift the hips up. Walk the elbows in towards the spine. Really roll your shoulders back and down into the mat. Create a little space there in your throat and breathe. Maybe bringing hands to your low back or using a block or blocks. And exploring here within your body, maybe extending one leg long and then the other. Getting a nice stretch to the front body. Maybe slightly lifting one leg and then the other. And coming out of the pose when you're ready, or removing blocks and lowering down. Hugging knees into your chest once more, rock side to side. Taking it into a spinal twist, knees stack, coming over to the right as you maybe look to the left or up towards the ceiling. Maybe unshrug that right shoulder blade out from underneath you. When you're ready, take it over to the other side. Maybe shrugging that left shoulder blade out from underneath you. When you're ready, unwind and lower down into full Savasana. Feet can spill wide open towards the corners of your mat. Arms come down alongside the body with palms facing upward. Begin to relax, completely letting go of any holding patterns in your body. When you're ready, roll up, come back to a comfortable seated position. Mahalo for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.